The xenobiology field trip to Earth was supposed to be educational. 23 students from the Galactic University, eager to observe humanity in its natural habitat, cataloging behaviors and social patterns. Nobody expected the tattoo parlor. Professor Krelvix led his students down a busy street in downtown Seattle, his sensory stalks twitching at the overwhelming stimuli. Humans rushed past in every direction, none of them seeming to notice the group of obvious aliens in their midst. Note their remarkable adaptability, Krelvix lectured. Humans live in dense population centers despite lacking hive mind coordination. They've developed complex social. He stopped. One of his students, a young Vrelian named Tesh, had frozen outside a storefront, her faceplate shifting through colors of confusion and horror. "Professor," she whispered, pointing at the window. "What is that human doing?" Inside the shop, a young woman sat reclined in a chair, while another human pressed a buzzing device against her ribcage. The sound was audible even through the glass, a high-pitched mechanical whine. But it was the video display in the window that had captured Tesh's attention. It showed the process in detail. Needles. Hundreds of tiny needles, puncturing skin thousands of times per minute, depositing ink into the dermis layer. "That's a tattoo parlor," Krelvix said, accessing his database. Humans voluntarily undergo minor tissue trauma to create permanent decorative markings on their skin. The students pressed closer to the window, watching in fascinated horror as the woman inside chatted casually with the artist, occasionally glancing at her phone. She wasn't sedated. She wasn't restrained. She was just sitting there. Voluntarily, a Cortaxian student's bioluminescence flickered with distress. "She's paying to experience pain?" "According to my research, yes. It's considered an art form." A human male walked past their group, noticed their interest, and stopped. "First time seeing a tattoo shop?" he asked, amused. "Yeah, it hurts a bit. Totally worth it, though." He rolled up his sleeve, revealing an intricate design covering his entire forearm. "Got this one last year. Took 6 hours." 6 hours. The students recoiled. "You endured needle punctures for 6 hours?" Tesh asked, her voice barely functioning. The man laughed. "Oh, that's nothing. My buddy just finished a full back piece. Took like 40 hours over 6 months." He noticed their expressions. "What? You guys don't have tattoos where you're from?" "Our species uses pain avoidance as a primary survival mechanism," Krelvix explained carefully. "Deliberately inflicting injury on ourselves would be unthinkable." "Huh." The man considered this. "Yeah, I guess we're weird like that. But hey, pain is temporary. Art is forever, right?" He pointed to a scar on his other arm. "Now that hurt worse. Tore my rotator cuff rock climbing last spring. Tattoos are like a 3 out of 10 on the pain scale." 3 out of 10? A Pleiadian student's voice cracked. "What's a 10? The man thought for a moment. "Kidney stones, maybe? Or that time I got hit by a car. Broke 4 ribs and my collarbone. Though honestly, the physical therapy after was worse than the actual injury." He said it so casually, like breaking bones was an inconvenience rather than a life-threatening trauma. "Anyway, good luck with your studies." The man waved and continued down the street, apparently unconcerned that he'd just shattered the student's understanding of pain tolerance. Inside the shop, the woman with the tattoo stood up, admired her fresh ink in the mirror, paid the artist, and walked out. She moved normally. No signs of shock. No protective posture. She just left. "Professor," Tesh said slowly, "if humans consider voluntary needle punctures, nothing and broken bones merely inconvenient? What do they consider actually painful? Krelvix didn't have an answer. He made a note to revise the entire human psychology curriculum. A few days later, another student discovered human dentistry, the practice of drilling into teeth, sometimes without anesthesia in historical periods. Then someone found videos of human childbirth. Then marathon running. Then the sport of rugby. The field trip was cut short. The students needed trauma counseling. Back at the Galactic University, Krelvix submitted his report with a new recommendation. Human pain tolerance should be classified as a defensive capability, not a medical curiosity. Any species encountering humans should understand that their threshold for acceptable discomfort was several magnitudes beyond galactic norms. In the appendix, he included a quote from the tattooed man they'd met.